Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 22, and it's time for another Season 9 2009 game mode right here in Le Mans, but this time with Marco Melandri. Now this objective is relatively tough because you have to make at least one pass per lap, with this lap being included. So we've got to absolutely launch at Nicolo Canepa from about 8 tenths of a second back, going on to a second on the hardest difficulty. So let's see what we can do. We've only got turn 13 in record amount, so I guess we're going to have to go for a little bit of a lunge. That's an aggressive move over to T1. Oh, and Canepa's down. Well, oh, and then we cut the final corner into record him on. I guess that's how I had to do it. I mean, I tried this quite a few times, and each time, Canepa was getting further ahead. There was even one point where the AI was so bad on the sense of the autopilot that I lost a second going into the final corner. I'm like, how the hell do I pass him in that distance? So I guess we got the job done this time. A little bit aggressive, to say the least. As, oh my goodness, Pedrosa, oh, Camperossi down, Tosland down. There's a heap of riders crashing behind us, but I guess we won't care about that for now because we have our objectives. Finish in second position and perform at least one pass per lap. Now we're currently in 10th position, so we need to attack at least 8 more riders. So of course, to fit them all in, we're going to have to do 1 or 2 overtakes per lap, depending on which lap it will be. We'll figure it out as we go, but we're going to try and work this out on the fly. So go into Garage Vet, let's try and close in on Colin Edwards, the Tech 3 Monster Energy rider, and let's see if we can beat him on this lap, because we need to make at least one more pass on this lap, because we haven't done a single pass on this particular lap after the contact with Canepa into the final corner in the previous lap. So onto the right hand side for turn 10, losing a little bit of time there as we went wide. We'll then try and attack Colin Edwards, going into either turn 13 or into record him. Very difficult to time it for the very final corner, but the penultimate corner we'll be able to make a move on Colin Edwards. So Texas Tornado a little bit further ahead of us. Let's just shift it to the right hand side and go for the lunge without making a dramatic amount of contact like we did with Nicolo Canepa, and we are now through. So another lap down, another overtake done. Now we need to chase down Alex DeAngelis, and of course Elias and Stoner, etc. We've got quite a lot of riders yet to get through. I see Nicky Hayden and Christopher Mullen in there as well. But firm on the brakes, we'll go for the Dunlop chicane, keep it nice and tight to the apex for turn 3, and do the same for the 4th corner, right here on the right hand side. And yes, we probably can take both San Carlo Grassini Honda riders, to be quite honest with you. So let's do that. Let's take both of them on this particular lap, and then let's work on the next couple in the next particular laps. So into the left hand side we'll go, hard on the brakes we'll go, not up just in the inside of DeAngelis, but even taking Tony Elias as well. Beautifully done for the man on board the Kawasaki, as Yuki Takahashi is ahead of us. We'll try and get the JR Scott rider going into... Could take him on this one because there's still enough riders yet to overtake, so we could do it. Do we want to though? That's the question. I still kind of fancy trying to go after Lorenzo as well, but I guess we've got to be smart with this one. So let's try and let Takahashi get away just a little bit. Let's not go for the overtake just yet, because if we go Takahashi this next lap on lap 4, Hayden on lap 6, or lap 5, Vermeulen lap 6, no, we still need to take 2 more in one particular lap. This is maths on the go with DrAce, learning all the time and how many riders to overtake to perform at least one pass per lap. Well, we'll get there anyway, ladies and gentlemen. So Takahashi's the right hand side, you will be the next victim, probably going into the Dunlop chicane if we can get the job done. Certainly a favourite overtaking spot of mine. It's not a very easy overtake to get done as well, so I do like to challenge myself with a good solid overtake anyway. So to the right hand side we'll go then, turn 1 for this small kink, turn 2 for even smaller kink, and then into turn 3. Do we attack Takahashi here? Not quite. Still not close enough yet. I mean, we are right on the cusp, but not close enough to make the move, as we just cut the corner there ever so slightly. No metaphorical slap on the wrist yet for the Italian, but we'll see what happens in the rest of the Grand Prix. But to the right hand side we'll go for La Chapelle, keeping it nice and tight. Could actually squeeze up on the inside of Takahashi, thank you very much. Hayden, do you fancy getting overtaken into the left hand side? He certainly does, but Vermeulen as well. Oh, gotta be smart here, don't want to take too many riders. I also don't know what happens if you get overtaken back. I know in the past and in a previous objective we did an overtake and we lost the objective just because they overtook us once, so I don't know whether that's going to make this particular challenge null and void, so let's see what happens. But all I know now is we say Vermeulen for lap 5, Stoner for lap 6, and Dovizioso for lap 7. That will work for me. And yeah, that should be it, right? I just need to check. Yeah, that's it. I had a feeling Pedrosa was in there as well, but of course it's Andrea Dovizioso in second position. But I gotta say, really enjoying this challenge so far. Kind of struggled with this bike at first. It was a bit messy overtaking Nicolo Canepa. Going into Recordman, I felt a little bit loose. And even into the chicane earlier on, I felt a bit loose. So let's see what happens as we progress with this bike. But I'm beginning to get a feeling with it. It's reminding me of the Shinya Nakano bike from 2005. It's a bit aggressive, to be quite honest with you. But across the line we will go. Certainly no improvement on lap times, but we're not really looking at lap times here today. We're just trying to make as many overtakes as possible within the time scale we've got. So up onto the left hand side, do we have a lunge up onto Vermeulen? Has it stuck? I tell you what, that's a beautiful move. Put that in the DrAce archive of overtakes. That was fantastic. Really happy with that one. Great move going into the Dunlop chicane. So next lap will be the penultimate lap to complete, and that will be to attack Casey Stoner. Now the gap that is beginning to be breached, in fact I don't think it's being breached at all. I think it's actually progressing. So Dovizioso might actually have maybe a second advantage to Stoner. We're going to have to be right on the cusp, right on the precipice of beating Stoner on this particular lap, or at least the next particular lap, to then have an absolute lunge at Dovizioso on the final lap. Now Lorenzo is a little bit further ahead, so if we could actually overtake Stoner now, attack Dovizioso in the next one, and then attack Lorenzo in the final one, but I think that might be a bit much. Well, let's not do that, because I think we need to be smarter here. We need to be focusing on getting the job done rather than going for the win. Whether we finish second or win and still overtake, it doesn't matter. We just have to at least do the overtakes per lap. And that's the most important part in this particular objective, I would say. So to the left-hand side for turn 12. Really getting the feeling with this Kawasaki now. I'm doing pretty good, actually. I'm quite enjoying this bike, and I'm certainly enjoying this particular challenge. I'll definitely take more of these as this one goes on. But now to the right hand side, coming out to Recordman. Good job there, not wheeling, not getting too loose on the motorcycle. Casey Stoner will be bettered going into the chicane, I do assure you. And that's what I certainly am going to be going for. So onto the right hand side, we'll go for turn 2. Round the outside, firm on the brakes for the left-hander of Dunlop chicane. We ran it a bit deep, but we still have the inside line. It's good enough for me. The Aussie has been beaten. Melandri up into third position. And we now have one more lap and one more overtake to do to complete this objective. What a challenge this has been. This one's been great. If you are having any difficulties, definitely consult this as a guide if you want to. But now on to the cusp of beating Dovizioso. He has slowed down to a dramatic halt there. What's happened to the man on board the Repsol Honda? He's really fallen off a cliff now in the sense of lap times. I have to really slow myself down now to try and let him stay ahead of us for the final lap. And again, we could go for a ridiculous lunge here in Dovi and then try and chase down Lorenzo, but I think that might be a bit too much, to be quite honest with you. You know, a little bit on the limit, let's say. But into Shimano Buff for the 6th time of asking. Keep it nice and tight for the left-hander for turn 9, and then for the right-hand side for turn 10. Dovi is really slow. Dovi is really, really slow right now. I do want to get past the man on board the Honda, but it's still not happening just yet. So into the blue S's for the penultimate time. And now into turn 12. Keeping it nice and firm, gentle on the acceleration. With TCS1, you can't be aggressive on the acceleration. Can't be too strong on the throttle as we go into 13. Gentle into turn 14. Very tight to the apex there. Almost cut the corner, but we didn't, so that's good stuff for us. But across the line, it's a 1:33.359. And now it's time to attack Dovizioso for the final lap here in Le Mans. So to the right hand side we'll go. I don't think we're going to get Dovi into the chicane, but I do have a couple more corners in my repertoire to overtake. So even La Chapelle for turn 6. Shimano Buff. The blue S's, Recordman, there's plenty of spots for us to overtake. So into the right hand side we'll go, running it tighter. That is beautiful. That is absolutely fantastic. Exactly how I choreographed it. Wait for Dovizioso to go on that sort of wider line. We'll go tighter earlier on the brakes and just cut it back up in the inside. Job well and truly done. A double tick in the right hand corner of your screen there, guys, for Marco Melandri and DrAce, as this one is done. But I'm still going to push pretty hard now to see what the gap can be reduced to against Jorge Lorenzo. So the gap currently is 2.5 seconds. I would definitely have taken another lap and an objective to finish first for a few extra brownie points, but unfortunately the game doesn't offer any brownie points. So to the left hand side we'll go then for the final time of asking, turn 9, to the right hand side for turn 10. The gap is down to 1.7. Yeah, I definitely think we could have done. We definitely could have beaten Lorenzo with another lap. I know Dovizioso was moving really slow there, but I definitely feel like we could have beaten him. 1.6 is the gap. This might be down to 1.3 by the time we get across the line. I guess it doesn't matter now anyway, but oh, run it deep. We did run it a little bit deep for 13, and for 14 we got it right. Well, there you go then, guys. Objective complete. Another brilliant Season 9 mode, and I am so much enjoying these, and I hope you are too. So if you did, let me know in the comment section down below, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.